My sick brother wanted me to take his kids, but his wife is making it hard.
Is she keeping the children from you?
Trigger warning for abuse and terminal illness. I found out last night that my baby brother Sam, 37 male, has 6 months to live max.
But those prognosi are not always accurate.
I mean, yeah, people can usually live longer. I had a friend whose father was given a prognosis of like months and lived years past that. But either way, it's incredibly hard. Sam and I, 43 female, have always been close. Sam has 4 older sisters, me included, and there are 16 years between our oldest sister and Sam. He was there when my daughter was born while my military husband was on deployment. By the way, this comes from Not Your Mama 888, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Dakota.
I'm Angie.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do, so let us know what you would do in the comments. NOP says, shortly after we ended up stationed on the other side of the country, Sam met his soon-to-be ex, 37 female. I'm calling her the succubus. He was over the moon when his daughter was born. After my divorce, I moved back to our hometown in Alaska and got a job in the same firm as my mom. Something was off about the succubus, and by that time, they had a son 13 months after their daughter. My brother worked hard to provide for his family, and she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Sam's job required him to start working at 5 a.m. One day, the succubus just left without a word.
Oh, she had completed her duties.
She said, I must leave now. She took her phone, the car, and some money. I got a call that he needed help. Sam couldn't miss work, and neither could we. We were allowed to bring the babies with us, 7 months old and 20 months old. The playpen was set up in my office, and my mom, me, and my sister staggered our lunches to watch the children. Just so amazing and lucky that you guys have such like a great support system for this. The succubus was gone a full week, never answered her phone, and pretended like nothing ever happened when she returned. One weekend, I showed up at their house and heard them arguing. Everything was going downhill fast, and I had to protect my brother. She and I no longer got along, but she couldn't avoid me because she liked using my parents as free babysitters. We noticed Sam wasn't as happy and had started drinking more. Succubus drank more than him and was a mean, wasted person. I moved across the country again for a job opportunity, and 6 years later, I went to visit Sam and his family, now 4 kids, on the Texas coast. The day before I was going to put in my notice, Sam called me and said he's moving his family immediately to Alaska. The succubus was sleeping with the neighbor while Sam was at work, leaving the kids, all under 10, completely unattended. Sam got a paternity test for the youngest child, yes, his. Sam got a vasectomy and told the succubus that for any chance to make it work, they were going to Alaska.
Doing it the old Simpsons movie style.
Yeah, they moved to Alaska?
They moved, well, that spoiler.
Dang, look at you go, Mr.
Sorry.
Spoiler today.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
Well,
I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
Spoiler alert, you might be moving to Alaska. It just got worse. The house they bought was next door to the succubus's best friend's boyfriend, Niles. I see you. I think someone's about to be in denial.
Yeah, I think someone's got a river running through them.
Oh, okay. She ended up pregnant by Niles. Sam took the kids back to Texas, and I was trying to help him get a divorce. By that point, he had a drinking problem. I made sure he filed for divorce in Texas so she couldn't just take the kids out of state without a court order. Niles' baby, Lyle, was born in January, and then the pandemic hit. Succubus took the new baby and ditched all of Sam's kids. My whole family pitched in as much as we could. Sam was drinking less, and the kids were doing good. Sam made the mistake of letting Succubus stay at the house so she could see their kids for a week. One night, they had another argument once again. He gave her the option to leave or he would have her arrested. She left and was gone for 6 months. Sam wanted a successful marriage and didn't want his children to feel like they had to choose. She promised she was done cheating. No, Sam, you can't have a successful marriage with this woman. What about her has made you think that you can have any sort of resemblance to any sort of marriage with her?
You can't both be in denial.
Sam called off the divorce and let her back in, and it was fine for a month. Both of their drinking resumed. Succubus would instigate arguments, and it's a cycle of abuse once again. In May, Sam got on the family iPad and Succubus left tabs open. She was signed into dating sites and had been spicy texting Sam's friend. Sam told Succubus he was done and it was over. Sam quit drinking and started AA. When Succubus told one of her friends Sam was divorcing her, said friend gave Sam screenshots showing the substances Succubus was using. On Father's Day, Sam wanted to watch a movie with the kids. Succubus called 911 and claimed Sam was being aggressive. The police arrived, realized Succubus lied, and filed a report on Sam's behalf. Sam noticed that his youngest daughter started to become afraid of him. Whoa. When he asked the kids while they were alone, the older three told him that Succubus was telling him that Sam is abusing them and they need to move with her out of state. Sam. Again, you cannot have a relationship with this person. You should have known that from the beginning of her abandoning you multiple times and your kids. And now we know for sure. So we need to get her out of here and get custody of these kids and divorce her.
It's real bad. We can't be doing this.
No, sir. Sam immediately called me. I purchased cameras and told them to only put them up in the common rooms. I called my oldest sister who lived closer to Sam, and they made plans to stay with Sam on the July 4th weekend. Sam blocked her, and I told her all communication to Sam had to go through me. Lily would text me what was going on. Sam found out Succubus drained their bank accounts and $1,200 from Lily's account, too. Lily texted Sam that Succubus got a camera and was trying to hide it in their bedroom. Divorce.
Well, that's a felony, right?
Yeah. Succubus claimed she dropped the charge. The petition for divorce was filed, and this arrangement worked for about 7 weeks. During this time, Sam started to feel run down. 2 weeks ago, Succubus came to the house at midnight. They started arguing again, and she accidentally hurt herself in the process. She immediately called the police and tried to put the blame on my brother. Lily tried again to tell them that something was mentally wrong with her mom, and her mom was always the aggressor. I told Lily if she heard fighting to record it. Lily said during the week the youngest two kids barely went to school. I told her to tell everything to her school's counselor, and the counselor contacted CPS. CPS told them to go to the police. The police told them to go to CPS. You guys are useless.
A big circle of uselessness.
Sam said he really wasn't feeling good and didn't go to work for an entire week, which he had never done before. I didn't hear from Sam like I normally do in the morning, so I texted Lily asking if everything was okay. Lily then sent me video and pictures and told me that Succubus tried taking the phone from her to delete the video. I put the info in the family chat, and we all started calling hotels and hospitals looking for Sam. I called CPS with everything Lily told me. They said they would investigate claims involving the children, but couldn't open an adult protective case because Sam wasn't 65 and hadn't been sick long enough. Can't we have like a domestic claim? At 5 p.m., I got a text from Sam's phone. I wasn't sure if it was him or Succubus, so I asked for a picture of his face while flipping me off. I have never seen him look so sick. It took a few hours, but Sam finally admitted he was told he had 6 months at most left. He had confirmed it at 2 different hospitals. He's known for a month. By the way, you can listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up okstorytime. There is a little bit left to the story, but wow, like what a difficult situation for his kids to be in. And now on the precipice of losing their father, even more at risk of being stuck with this terrible mother, neglectful mother. Yeah, that's a scary situation.
It's just rough all around.
Yeah.
And none of the systems in place seem to be helping.
Literally just running you around in circles. I asked what he wanted to do, and he said he wanted to protect his kids. He wanted them to go to me. CPS started investigating, and Succubus has missed substance testing 4 times now. He didn't want anyone to know. He felt like a failure because he spent so much of his life with a woman who couldn't love him at all. I told him he can't stay quiet for long, especially if I have to go to court for custody of the kids. My sister was 3 hours closer and beat me there. She called her mom, and her mom showed up an hour after I did. They now both know how much time Sam has. I took my niece to the police station and she filed a report and said she wanted to press charges. The kids don't know how sick she is. I told my niece that I would be trying to get custody of all of them, and she was relieved. Sam and I have been talking about taking him to Germany when all the kids were older. I know we will never get to do that. Oh, and there's so much he will miss from his children's lives. And there are some comments, but do you have any final comments?
And it's really sad.
Yeah, it's just really, really an awful situation. Comment 1 says, how old are the kids? Is Lily the oldest? OP says, the kids are 16, 15, 11, 7, and 5. Dang, 5 kids? And they were all going through this?
That's really rough.
The 5-year-old is not his son, but he's been taking care of him since they got back together. He's paid for daycare and medical insurance, all living expenses. He calls my brother Dad. When he sees his bio dad in the summer, he refers to his Texas dad as his other dad. He doesn't normally refer to his mom. I'm willing to keep all the siblings together, but bio dad will be paying child support if he doesn't take them. And that is the end of that story, but good luck, and just, I'm so sorry for what you're going through. That's incredibly hard, because not only are you dealing with the loss of, the upcoming loss of your brother, but also just the added issue of trying to take care of his kids and trying to get custody. So good luck.
Yeah, I think maybe the best way to go about that would be to maybe try to deceive
Yeah, I
the
think so.
sister-in-law, just being like, look, I mean, this is a great thing, and it makes it so much easier for you. Your life is going to be better. Make her do it so that those kids, don't have to be around her. She sounds like the worst person.
Agreed. But that is the end of that story, and we've got another one coming right up.
My boyfriend sneaked with my sister, who's about to be married in 3 days.
Break up.
Me, 26 female, and boyfriend, 27 male, have been together since our 3rd year in university. Once we both graduated, my boyfriend got a job across the country in Anaheim, and I followed him.
What?
You followed him to Anaheim?
Does he work at Disney?
He works in the castle.
Wait, I'm going to say, does he work for the mouse? I don't want to
in his
sponsor.
castle house. By the way, this comes from user help throwaway 1212, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Sophia.
I'm Angie.
And we are here to give you good advice, goofily, but we don't have all the answers. So if you would do something different, let us know in the comments. And OP says, this weekend is my little sister, 24 female. It's her wedding. My sister and I have always gotten along. It was really hard on both of us when I moved so far away, and we kept in contact literally every day. She and my boyfriend never really had any sort of a friendship, simply due to the fact that they never spent much time together. The first couple days we spent at my parents' place, everything was normal. We landed around noon and spent the day with my family. My sister was running around meeting with caterers and stuff, so she didn't get home until later in the evening. We said our usual hellos and caught up and then headed to bed. Monday morning is when things felt weird. I noticed immediately at breakfast. My boyfriend and sister were much more talkative with each other than usual.
I'm just imagining in Hamilton when Angelica comes home and Eliza's like, Angelica. And then there's like the whole little thing between Hamilton and Angelica.
I'm not here for you.
Well, that's the different song, but yeah, basically.
Oh, what?
No, like the song where they're like, my sister's arriving today. Angelica, the Schuyler sisters.
And then
And
there's
then
that
they have a
part with
thing.
George Washington.
I don't know if you guys have got all of those like Hamilton videos that everyone was dressing up and then like no one did anyone
keep
get those
going.
where they were dressing up and then like reacting at like acting out this
Well,
song?
everyone's algorithm is
yeah.
actually different.
Well, some people might have it. Whatever.
I also noticed him giving her these weird looks,
He
and
keeps
my
looking at her-
sister, he's like,
And she's like, "Do you have something in your eye?"
yeah, you. I've got an apple in my eye, and it's in the
back.
shape of you.
And also, I do have some dust in my eye.
I also noticed my sister smiling or smirking back. I didn't think too much of it, but then after lunch, they announced they would be going to meet the wedding planner. The planner was in Brooklyn, and my boyfriend said he wanted to check out a used game store there, so he was going to tag along. Okay, cool. But when they got back about 45 minutes later, he smelled like her perfume.
Well, maybe he just, gave her a sniff. He was like, "You smell so good." And she's like, "Do you want some of my perfume?" And it was super wholesome. And he was like, "You
Yeah.
know what? I have to really like deal with my masculinity and my relationship to like feminine things." And she was like, "I really appreciate that you told me that Could have been that. Did we think about that?
He's like, I want to smell like a hot lady I have a crush on.
That also might have been it.
Let me smell your hot lady smell.
Sniff, sniff.
This isn't a huge deal because her car reeks of it, and it could have just stuck on him, I guess, but it was still weird. The next night, I woke up around 2 a.m. and I noticed my boyfriend was not in bed. I waited a couple minutes, and when he didn't come back, I got up to look for him. Right as I opened my room door, he was getting ready to walk back inside. He looked shocked to see me, and when I asked where he was, he gave me a mumbling answer about throwing something in the garbage.
Was he fully dressed?
Yeah.
How was he dressed? Was he dressed like he had just got back to the house, or was he dressed like he was coming back to bed?
Was he dressed like he just boinked your sister?
What did his hair look like?
Like he just boinked your sister? I noticed again he smelt like my sister's perfume, but I didn't say anything. He brushed past me to the bathroom located in our room and turned on the tap. I heard him washing his face and brushing his teeth. So today, Wednesday, I noticed
Classic.
my boyfriend and sister weren't going near each other. As much as they'd been getting along the last few days, they were now keeping their distance. I asked both of them separately if everything's okay, and both assured me everything was fine. Even asking, why are you asking if I'm okay?
They literally went through. Why would you think that anything's wrong?
You
What did you think it was wrong?
think something's wrong? What's wrong? Why would you think something's wrong? Nothing's wrong. We didn't kiss and haven't been.
I didn't kiss your sister or try on her perfume.
When we went to bed tonight, I decided to pretend to sleep and see what my boyfriend did. Around 11:30, he called my name multiple times, to which I did not respond. I then heard him get up and creep out of bed.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. You're a fool and a cheater.
Your sister.
You fell for the old
and
pretend
your
to sleep.
sister, bro. Your sister, who you're supposed to be like close, you talked every day,
Yeah.
immediately starts hooking up with your boyfriend when you bring him into town is
Yikes.
crazy.
Yeah, that's not your sister.
It's
That's your
crazy.
That's your hater.
Sure, op, dude. I then heard him get up and creep out of bed. I waited until he was outside the door and then followed him. I saw him walk into the bathroom across the hall. I waited in my doorway for a minute, and then I saw my sister come out of her room and walk into the same washroom.
I was doing the
ooh.
No, I was doing you didn't understand the joke, so I
What'd you
stopped.
do?
I was doing the like 007 or no, Mission Impossible, because she was like
I heard it.
yeah, thanks. Okay.
I understood.
Okay. And well, I've explained the joke, so it's less funny.
I have no idea what to do. I call Tom Cruise. Do I go to my sister's fiance? My parents? Do I confront them? I'm currently hiding in the living room, and it's been about 2 hours since this happened. My boyfriend has not come looking for me yet.
No, he doesn't know you're playing hide and
Bro.
seek.
Do you know how
Yeah, you
fast
should
I would
know.
have burst into
Yeah.
that bathroom and said,
yeah.
"You're gross.
Yeah.
I'm leaving. I don't care what any of y'all do, but I'm out."
I'm out of here. You're a bunch
Peace.
of cheaters, and I think you're stinky, and you belong in the bathroom, because that's where smelly things are flushed down the toilet.
Yeah.
Hop in. I'm flushing you.
Don't talk to me.
Don't call me. Don't come by my house. We're done.
We got comments.
In a new day says you have to confront them. It's going to be hard, but you need to know what's going on, and so does her fiance. Williams, 33, says, wow, you need to go to that bathroom right now and openly bust them. Seriously, 2 hours? Go bust down that door. Yeah, I know. I changed it.
6-7 said, I heard Mission Impossible. It wasn't funny, though. Damn. Okay. You throw a couple jokes out there. They're
Yeah.
not all hits. They're all spaghetti on the wall.
It's funny because
Damn.
I thought you were laughing at the fact that it said go bust in that
No,
door.
I was thinking that
That's
too.
also fun.
And then I thought, because I said go bust down instead of bust in.
Bust it.
Update. So we have this little stair landing area with a couch. You can see the upstairs hallway pretty clearly. I was sitting there with my phone and a blanket when my sister walked out of her room and into the bathroom. About 3 minutes later, my boyfriend walked in. The bathroom locks are the type you can unlock with the turn of a coin. I stood outside for literally 10 minutes and almost heard nothing. Just some shuffling here and there. So I open the door quietly and I see my sister on the bathroom counter looking at something on her phone. My boyfriend has half his body out the bathroom window. My sister jumped off the counter and said my name, and my boyfriend pulled his head back. He had a pipe in his hand.
I have no
What?
idea what's going on.
It
Yeah.
turns out they've been sneaking around because they've been devil's lettuce buddies the last couple days.
Okay.
Well, is that the only thing?
Is that it? And why did he feel the need to hide it?
Yeah, I don't know. I had no clue they were smoking together or that my sister smoked at all. The first night we were here, he was going downstairs to get a glass of water and smelled the smelly smell when he walked past her bathroom. He asked her about it the next day, and that's when they started to schmirk together. He smelled like her perfume because they wanted to spray something to get the smell off them.
Huh.
That's why he washed his face and brushed his teeth when he came back into the room last night, so I wouldn't smell it on him. They were being so sneaky about it because little sis was unsure that I would approve about her habit. I don't care at all. I knew my boyfriend is a casual smoker since the day we met.
Well, then why did he feel the need to hide it? I think that's honestly still suspicious to me.
Yeah,
Because if he knew that you knew that he was a casual smoker, then why did he feel the need to be so secretive? He would have just told your sister, oh, she's chill with that when I do it.
yeah.
This is
Opie
weird.
says, I'm very relieved, to say the least.
I don't trust them.
Thank you all for your help. I feel like a complete idiot.
No.
Sorry for wasting your time.
They're tricking you.
But you know what'll never waste your time is you listening to full episodes with stories like this on your favorite podcast platform, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Just search OK Storytime wherever you listen to podcasts to get the whole kit and the caboodle.
True dat.
Kit, that's what they call it, the kit and caboodle.
The kitten caboodle. What is a caboodle?
There's a second update.
I don't buy this. I think it's incredibly suspicious that they're hiding all of this smoking. So, like, they're literally doing it in the passed away of
Well,
night.
I think it does make more sense that it was so obvious. You know, like you'd think that if you hypothetically put yourself in their shoes and you like were making out with your sister's boyfriend or like you hooked up with him and you're engaged to be married and then you sit down at the at the table for breakfast the next day and you guys are like giving each other funny looks, you'd think you would not do that.
That's what I'm saying.
So like
That if they were cheating.
it being just the smoking,
However,
I think makes more sense given that behavior.
However, let's go back because remember OP was like, they were acting weird the next day. They wouldn't talk to each other. They wouldn't look at each other.
That's true.
Like, why are we acting that way? If it was just, we're smoke buddies. We're smoking buddies. Strange.
27 and 26. Okay. That's too old to be.
Yeah, to be like sneaking around from your partner, OP's boyfriend is sneaking around, and then also your sister. Like, it's weird. Like, you're an adult. Who cares if your sister doesn't approve?
Update number 2. I feel silly. Boyfriend and sister were sneaking around because they smoked together, not because they were having a spicy sleep. Little sis wasn't sure I would approve, so they were being secretive. There are comments. I must be more cold tolerant than other people or something, because even in my dirtbag days, I would have gone outside for this instead of hanging out in a bathroom.
Yeah.
That's the part that struck me. How rude to do this inside. Also dumb. If you really don't want anyone to find out you are smoking, you really don't act like they did. It's like they were asking to get caught. Everything from smoking in the bathroom to using the smell of strong perfume to cover up the smell is stupid. It's because of this that I believe it when OP says that the boyfriend only smokes on occasion. There's a second comment that says if she was fine with her boyfriend, why did he not tell her sister she would probably be
Amazing.
chill and decide to sneak around? Reply, boyfriend flew into town with OP, ergo, he did not have his own. This was the sister's devil's lettuce. And sister said, okay, but only if you promise not to tell my sister. They who hold the devil's lettuce hold the power. Reply, I think sometimes in relationships you have to ask yourself if a secret is worth looking like you're sleeping with your girlfriend's sister.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. Sometimes you got to be like, my girlfriend's sister really wants me to keep that we're smoking together a secret. But I know that my girlfriend's fine with me smoking. And I know that that would look pretty suspicious if she woke up and found me not there. Maybe I should not keep it a secret.
Comment 3, should I drown myself with another woman's perfume to cover the smell of the devil's lettuce from my girlfriend who knows I smoke? Such a hard decision. Comment number 4, my siblings and cousins take walks a lot during big family events, too. And we all know what that is.
Yep. The classic cousin walk.
The classic cousin stroll. Taking a nice stroll. It's just such a lovely night. Why don't we take a walk?
Yeah.
That is the end of that story.
But we got another one
We
coming up.
do.
I refuse to forgive my grandmother, even though she's close to kicking the bucket.
How dare she do that to that bucket?
I am a 30-year-old female, and I have been trying to go no contact with my grandma but I keep getting pushed to let her stay in my life. By the way, this comes from Mammoth Order 5605, directly from the r/okstorytime subreddit.
Woo!
And if you want to submit your own stories, go to that subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Dakota.
I'm Angie.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have the answers. We only know what we do. Let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, for some backstory, my grandma has always been uptight and judgmental. She has shown clear favoritism over her children and grandchildren. Growing up across the country from her, while my mom's family all lived near her, didn't help. I have a cousin, 29 male, let's call him N. Let's call him Neil. But she was always favored because he came from a bad home. Well, yes, his home life sucked. I didn't know much about it until I was an adult. As a child, I just didn't understand why I wasn't as important. There was a specific time I can remember that my grandma made a deal with Neil that if he deal with Neil, they're so silly. That if he got honor roll in school, she would take him to the mouse house. Of course, she made that deal while on the phone with my mom, and I heard it. My mom made her offer me the same deal. And guess who actually kept the deal? She wasn't happy about taking me, and I could tell. All of my cousins would go spend a month of the summer with her and my step-granddad, but my brother and I were never invited. Every time when we could come visit, it was never fun unless our step-grandpa took us down to the river or out for a four-wheeler ride. We would get consistently yelled at and made to feel small. I still remember getting yelled at because I didn't know the ornament container was one of those snap connector ones, and when I picked it up, the ornaments dropped out and broke. I cried when she yelled at me, and she never apologized. For birthdays, all my brother and I got was a $2 bill. Well, those are kind of rare. That's cool.
Those might even be worth $4.
And for Christmas, a savings bond. I was 9 when she gave me the last savings bond. Our cousins would get multiple gifts. So there is some backstory of childhood, and not even all of it. As an adult, I thought it had gotten better until Neil got with his ex. Neil would go through issues with her, and I would end up in the middle. Oh, Neil. When they would argue, I was the mediator who called them both out on their BS. Well, come to find out, Neil was treating her like crap, and true to who I am, I called him out. She told me he was talking badly about her to friends and family. I brought it up, and he denied it and told me to look at his messages. He gave me his login, and I signed in to take a look. Well, he had deleted a lot of messages, so I couldn't get a clear view of what was said. Yeah, he's like, take a look at my phone. She's like, and it's like the redacted government files.
Yeah. It's
She's
just
like,
a
I can't
bunch of
read this.
black bars.
Yeah, he's like, well, those are classified, so you can't. Sorry, you can't read those. This is something we had issues with before because he would accuse me of things to our family and then delete the messages before people could see them. And no one would take my word as proof. One night, my iPad wasn't working properly, and I ended up clicking into his account since it was still on my logged-in account. Neil called me and freaked out. I logged out immediately and deleted the account from my list right after it happened. Well, on top of him yelling at me, he went to our grandma and told on me like we were 5 years old. Neil, why are you being a little snitch? Snitches get stitches, Neil.
Grandma.
She logged into my account.
Grandma.
Now, during all of this, she had already been yelling at me for being involved with Neil and his ex's issues, even though they asked me to be. Honestly, I do think that you should just, let them do their own thing and tell them, hey, I don't care. Stop
Yeah,
involving
you can't. That is an option. You can just go, I'm not going to add my 2 cents to this equation.
Yeah, if it's so much, drama every time you try and help them and then your grandmother gets involved, then it's maybe just best to leave them be. Neil only had an issue with it after asking me because I wouldn't side with him blindly. So our grandma came at me and yelled at me. I finally told her that I was out of it and not to get involved with mine and Neil's issues like we were kids, or to even talk to me about Neil again. Things were okay for about 1.5 years, and I even allowed her to come to my wedding. She had surprisingly behaved at my wedding. Well, about 1 year after my wedding, I gave birth to my first son. We decided to go to my husband's family for Christmas. On our way, I got a message from my grandma after she saw a post I made with my son. Backing up a little, after everything Neil had pulled and caused, he wasn't able to see his kids with his ex for about 1 year or so without having to go through a third party, which he didn't like doing. Back to the message, my grandma sent me a text saying that while I was sitting, holding, and kissing my baby, I should think about how Neil hasn't been able to see his kids, which she thinks I helped with. She literally is getting on you for just holding your baby. She's like, you can hold your baby and like, I would just text her back. I thought you told me not to get involved. I'm not getting involved. Sorry.
You guys speaking out of both sides of your mouth right now.
After that, I told her I was done and blocked her. She had crossed my boundary and tried to make me feel guilty about holding my son. I didn't talk to her or even allow any access to my family for a little under a year until I got stuck being around her because she was visiting my family when my son and I flew to visit as well. She apologized to me about what she said. The apology basically was, I'm sorry you took it that way, that's actually not an apology.
Right.
So that's a pretty bad apology.
It's actually being blamed.
Yeah, she actually just blamed you for how she treated you. She was polite and nice enough that I did allow little glimpses into my life on my terms, though, which meant very low contact. After a year of low contact and having my second child, I allowed her to come visit me in the state I currently live in. Her and my mom both came, which is a nightmare in itself because of me and my mom's relationship. When she flew in, I went and picked her up. My husband was deployed at this point, so it was just me and the kids. The first thing she did was judge me for my spicy book obsession. Leave your spicy book obsession out of it. She's just jealous.
Why does she even know about your spicy book obsession?
I don't know. Maybe it's on the covers. Maybe it's one of those covers like the Ice Planet Barbarian cover.
What the hell are you talking about?
You've never heard of Ice Planet Barbarians? It's crazy, man. I had a friend who read it, and she read me some passages. It's crazy. We went and stopped by Walmart, where my mom and brother had gotten to, for my brother to drop her off to me. My grandma had been hugging and cuddling both of my kids. If I saw her cuddling the kids, I'd be like, wow, you're really cuddling my kids while Neil can't hug his?
How dare you?
The whole time we were outside Walmart and while we were inside. I didn't think anything of it because it's just hugs. My mom bent towards my youngest, who was only about 7 months at the time, and I thought she had kissed him. When we finished checking out and we were leaving, I just gave my mom a reminder that kissing my 2-year-old is okay because his immune system is more developed, but not to kiss my under 1-year-old. She said okay, and she understood. But my grandma kept telling me I couldn't tell her not to kiss my son. Actually, you can, and you can also make it so that your grandmother never sees your son. I told her 3 times. My mom told her 2 times, and my mom even told her that when she had kissed my youngest, when he was barely 2 months old, she had lost the ability to hold my child for an entire day. Well, my grandma decided to ignore us and kiss my youngest right in front of me. I literally almost left her at Walmart. If she's blatantly disobeying your boundaries or just brushing past your boundaries, I would say, sorry, you can never, be alone or hold my kid again until you have learned your lesson, which I don't think you're gonna.
I'd blow in her face.
Yeah.
I'd go.
Spitting it.
I go.
I'd cough in her face. I go, oh, you should be fine with the germs. You can't tell me what to do.
And she'd go, ow, why you do? Ow, ah. And
Blow
I'd say,
away. Until she floats off into the sky. She only apologized because my mom told her I had the rule because my boys had just gotten over being sick. Couldn't have to do that. We were headed out to the car when she casually brought up how the person next to her on the plane had been coughing and hacking the entire flight. Did you not like that? Was that upsetting to you? Mind you, I picked her up straight from the airport and went right to Walmart, so she hadn't changed at all and had been hugging up on my boys. I told my mom that if my boys got sick due to her negligence, I absolutely didn't want anything to do with her at all. Well, guess what? Me and both boys got sick. Yeah, because Grandma was on the plane getting coughed on, and she goes, oh, I hate it when they coughed on me. And then she gets sick. Unbelievable.
soaked up every germ in the airport.
So I told my mom my grandma doesn't get to know anything about me and my boys. It's been a few months, and my husband is home and agrees that we won't have any contact with my grandma. My mom called the other day and asked if I wanted family pictures from the reunion I didn't go to this past summer. I told her I was fine with getting ones of the aunt I still have contact with and her family. The full family pics include Neil and my grandma, and I don't want anything with the 2 of them in it. My mom keeps telling me to forgive my grandma, because she's still my grandma and the only grandparent I have left. Nope, she sucks.
I blow.
The only grandma I have left stinks. She's gone. I don't feel any connection to her after everything she's done and after she has stomped on every boundary I've ever put. By the way, my boundary is that I would like you to listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. There is a little bit left to the story, but yeah. When any family member blatantly disrespects the rules that you're putting in place for the safety of your child, blow them away. Get lost.
Bring out your inner big bad wolf and say,
Yeah.
oh.
And I huff and I puff and I blow my grandma away.
That's right. Like a dandelion.
Yeah, you can make a wish on your grandma. She floats away and you go, I wish to never see grandma again. But there's a little bit left. I told her that it doesn't matter if she is my only grandparent. It doesn't give her the right to do whatever she wants without consequences. She can make her choices, but I can choose not to have her in my family's life. My mom brought up that my grandma just had surgery because of skin cancer, and it looks like it might have already spread, and there's no telling how much time she has left. I told her I'm sorry she's dealing with it, but that still doesn't mean she gets a pass. Am I the a-hole for going no contact? I don't feel like I am, but it's always been drilled into my head that family is family no matter what. I just don't know how to feel. You should feel like you're not the a-hole, because you're not. Trying to protect your kids, and that's the most important thing at the end of the day.
I don't know, man. It just feels like you could still be like, hey, I heard that you're sick, and I hope that you're okay. Even if she's like,
Grandma?
yeah.
Grandma literally said, oh, I'm sick, and then gave an under
Yeah,
a
sure.
year old.
She's a silly baby. It's the
Nah,
same thing.
I'm
It's
not
like,
saying I hope you're
I'm
okay.
not going to let you around my kids, but I hope that you don't die of cancer is I feel like a fair thing to say.
Does she have cancer? Did I miss that?
Yeah, she has skin cancer,
Oh.
and it might have spread.
I thought you were talking. I read that and didn't register that at all. I thought you were talking about her getting sick from the flight.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's just, no. So I was like, damn.
Oh,
It's
okay,
like,
wait.
you can't, I don't give a
Yeah.
shit if you have cancer. You got my kids sick. I'll be like, Dickie, oh, shit.
Sorry.
Oof.
I think that,
Yeah.
you can cut off grandma and still be like, I'm sorry you have cancer. I didn't realize, I didn't register when I read that she had cancer. I was still thinking about her getting people sick from the flight.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you, Dakota.
Yeah, she doesn't have to be like #1 on the list for babysitting now.
Oh, she's not anywhere on the list.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like you don't have to now be like, and now you're going to be here every day.
Yeah, I don't think you have
But-
to have a relationship with her, but I think you can be like,
Yeah,
hey, sorry about that.
you don't have to wish illness upon her either.
No, I thought we were
So-
just talking about the plane sickness.
Yeah.
Yep, I have different opinions.
Yeah.
But we've got another story coming up.
My mother-in-law turned my paradise into a nightmare.
Get out of my utopia.
My husband and I have a blended family. We put them right in the blender. And a few years back, we thought it'd be a great opportunity for the kids to move to Hawaii to learn more about their culture. His mom had always asked us to come live with them, and during the vid, she even bought a big house with the plan that we'd all move in together one day. It seemed like the perfect setup. Time with family, culture for the kids, and we'd just stay a few years and then head back home. By the way, this comes from user Review Green from the r/OK Storytime subreddit. If you want to submit your own stories, go there. I'm Dakota.
I'm Sophia.
And we are gonna give you the good advice that we got, and we're gonna give it to you goofily. But we only know what we would do. We don't have all the answers. So if you would do something else, just let us know. And OP says, so we took the leap. We enrolled the kids in school. I took a job that had a 1-hour commute each way because of traffic, and life quickly got very busy. We were constantly helping around the house, yard work, house projects, you name it. In 6 months, we made it to the beach maybe 3 times. Mother-in-law would occasionally make passive-aggressive remarks, mostly about my kids, but I brushed it off. I told myself it's just a little tension. It'll pass. And then my stepdaughter came to visit for the summer. This is the second time husband's family ever met stepdaughter. I had planned a family photo shoot, coordinated outfits, hair done, and the works. I even left work early to help my daughters get ready. As we were walking out the door, mother-in-law puts a ginger flower in stepdaughter's hair on top of the pearl clip I had already styled. Did she offer one to my daughter? No. I thought it was rude, but whatever.
That is rude.
We drove an hour to the North Shore. It was hot, and ginger flowers wilt fast. By the time we got there, the flower was droopy and was basically withered away into nothing. I had stepdaughter take it out and just set it down. My husband literally dropped it on the ground. No big deal, right? Wrong! Eh.
I think she's going to be upset about that.
We got home, and mother-in-law loses it over the flower. She starts yelling at me about how I disrespected her and Hawaiian culture, and then she goes off for 5 hours. I'm not exaggerating. 5 hours. At some point, it's your fault for just staying there. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, if
5
someone's going off at
hours?
me for 5 hours, I'm leaving.
After 15 minutes, I'm like, are we still doing this?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm heading out of the house. I'm going to a coffee shop. If I come back and you're still going at it, well, I'm going back to the coffee shop.
She called me every name imaginable, said my husband didn't love me, said I was a terrible mom, trash-talked my parents, dragged each one of my kids, including ones she's never even met, but she called them horrible and entitled and said she couldn't stand them. I said nothing. I was in shock. It went on until 1 in the morning, and I had to get up for work that day. That was it. I was done. We made plans and left the island within the month. I cut off all communication between her and my kids. My husband was stunned. He supported my decision, though I always encouraged him to have his own relationship with her. That didn't happen because she started sending him long monthly texts telling him to leave me and how horrible of a person I was because she opened up her home, and that's how I treat her and that I need therapy. So yeah, I wonder why he doesn't answer anymore. Fast forward 3 years, mother-in-law has now manipulated every one of my husband's summer visits with his daughter. Stepdaughter asks to stay home for the summer, and then goes off to the island anyway, which I get it. What kid doesn't want to spend their summer in paradise, quote unquote? But now she and mother-in-law are calling me mean and harmful when stepdaughter and I used to get along just fine. Now stepdaughter is questioning why she doesn't get to see her dad and thinks he doesn't love her. What? I get it, she's a kid and has no idea, but having a grandmother foster these crazy ideas is crazy, and I have no words because I feel so sorry for her. Earlier this year, mother-in-law sent a sorry kinda text that said, I acknowledge I may have said things in the past that may have contributed to the tension. May have. Girl, I sent screenshots. I let her know I'm not into fake relationships with people who invent drama and disrespect my family. Her response was immediately placing blame and said she'll protect her beautiful granddaughter from mean people. Cool. I told her not to contact me again.
So is the stepdaughter staying with grandma?
Yeah, during summer.
Just during the summer.
I don't know.
I don't know if I would want to leave her there.
But it's like, what are you going to do? Just be like, no? And then you're the bad guy in that situation.
Yeah.
You don't get to go to Hawaii?
Honestly, if she's behaving that way, I'd say, like, this is not like a you thing. Let's find something else fun. But your grandma's got issues. Maybe
She'd
not
be like,
like
she
that,
doesn't have
but
issues with me. She's got issues with you. Then what?
I'm your mom. Shut up.
And now I hate you. You won't let me go to Kauai.
Shut up.
And you're not my mom. You're my stepmom. And I hate you.
Shut up.
Remember, kids, tell your children to shut up when they want to go to Hawaii.
Shut up. No, sorry. That wasn't actually how I would handle that.
Oh, it's too late.
No.
She would
shut
kill
up.
it.
It's too
instead.
late.
Shut up.
It's on the
Shut
books
up,
now.
Dakota, shut up.
It's on the books.
No.
Then out of nowhere, last month, she texted me saying if she doesn't hear her son's voice, she'll call the police.
I'm blocking her. I'm telling my husband, hey, handle your mom. I'm blocking her.
Handle your mother.
Handle your mom, because I certainly won't.
She needs to be reined in.
Yeah. Someone call the sheriff.
Somebody call the mom handlers squad.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's a group of 5 qualified individuals who all know how to handle moms.
Oh, yeah. Yep. That was my last straw. I blocked her. My husband called his dad, who had no idea any of this was happening. And now I'm here wondering, am I the bad guy for keeping my kids away from someone who actively insults them? They were literally 5 and 8 years old when she called them horrible. And every teacher or adult I've talked to has described them as sweet, thoughtful, and maybe a little loud and hyper, but they're just kids. I just want peace. I've told my husband my kids are my priority and I need to protect them, because honestly, I don't understand how a mother could lie about her son's wife and keep trying to destroy his family.
Yeah, I'm not sending my kids back to her if she's behaving this way. We can go to another island on Hawaii.
Aloha, aloha, yay.
But that's the end of that story, and we have some comments.
Yes, we do. Coming right up.
We've got comments. Yes, we do. We've got comments. How about you?
Perfect. So we have some comments from the video. My mother-in-law scammed her own husband. Anyone remember that story?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Oh, wow. Okay. This was posted on November 18th, 2025. And a little TLDR for those who haven't heard it. OP discovered that mother-in-law stole $52,000 from father-in-law using husband's bank account and forged checks.
Yeah.
When confronted, father-in-law believed mother-in-law's lies. Mother-in-law then turned family against OP, spread rumors calling her a gold digger and shared baby photos after being told no, and tried manipulating the husband against OP. OP and baby are now no contact with mother-in-law, who refuses to apologize and has only seen her grandson 4 times in a year. If you're curious to know the full story, you can go watch the full video. And we do have some comments. Anne-Marie6120 says, so my mom helped me open a bank account. I trusted her. I loved her. She stole $30,000 that was meant to start my life after she pulled me from college. She needed an 18-year-old to pay bills while she and her 2 adult friends stayed home. She phrased it like, a good daughter would do this, and she could only rely on me. I never got to finish college. I ran away with my husband, now boyfriend. You regressed? Your then husband, now boyfriend? I'm guessing it wasn't that, but.
Maybe just a little case of backwards typing.
Yeah. Perhaps then boyfriend, now husband.
And the whole family blames me for her not meeting my 2-year-old and for her 20 fake heart attacks that she has had to overstress, thinking that I'm abusing my daughter because that's what she did.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wild.
She just
In these
tells you she's having a
situations-
heart attack.
Yeah, she's like, you're like, hey, you really need to stop this. She's like, oh, my heart.
You should
Yeah.
go to
My
the
heart.
cardiologist, you
Yeah.
freak.
Yeah.
Dang,
Just
dude.
make her call an ambulance every time,
Yeah,
and then she has to pay all of those ambulance
And
bills.
she'll say,
Right.
my daughter's taking care of this ambulance.
Yeah, this one's on my daughter.
Yeah.
But Michelle Brickner, 9307, says, quoting from a minute 44 in, we put a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and food in the fridge. Yeah, you were legally required to do that. Yeah, that's
Yep,
what-
that's just parenting.
Dadoy.
that's parenting.
Dadoy. That's being a
Dadoy.
parent.
And Yeety McYeetster, 1376, says, I work at a U.S. bank. All U.S. banks require that anyone removed from an account has to be present, or you have to present a certificate of life expiration. That is a requirement of all federally regulated banks in the U.S. If a financial institution allows a person to be removed without the required documents, they are breaking protocol. If his name is on the account, then he has access to every penny in the account and can withdraw it all, start a new account, and then deposit it into the new account without her name on it.
Exactly. Which
That's
is,
what I
yeah,
thought.
That's what we said. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Wow. Wow. Well, those are the comments.
And the end of the episode.
So, if you love us, make sure you subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.